Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another video. So today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for messages from the spirit guides. Alright, so what I'm going to have you do is pick a card pile number or a yantra, okay? So card pile number 1, sorry for my nails, card pile number 1 or the Hanuman Yantra. Card pile number 2, Shiva Yantra. Card pile number 3, Kali Mahavidya Yantra. Card pile number 4, or the Kali Yantra. So whichever one is jumping out at you, whichever one you're drawn to, go ahead and pick that one. Before we get into the reading, I do want to make 2 quick announcements. We're already heading into journal session number 5 on Patreon if you guys want to be a part of our journal sessions there. And second thing, for my Etsy customers, remember shipping is 2 to 3 weeks out from the date of purchase, because I charge up my items on my altars before I send them out to you, and that takes a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks to process, charge, awaken, package, everything. Just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, for my lovely customers. And yeah, if you guys are interested in any of these yantras, they should be up in my shop, charged and awakened by me. But remember, shipping is 2 to 3 weeks out. All right, let's start the reading. Pile number 1, or everybody that picked the Hanuman Yantra, let's go ahead and get into what the guides want you to know. First off, let's talk about the yantra. This is for protection. This yantra is for protection. It's a sacred geometry for Hanuman specifically. This is to invoke his energy for protection, courage, strength, willpower, pushing energies through, physical strength, emotional strength, just being strong mentally, physically, emotionally. And this is especially good for children. He is a very big protector of children. So if children have nightmares, bad energy, just keep this yantra near them. So the first card that we have here is Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini Shakti, this is interesting. So we all have energy within us called Kundalini. And this energy rises when your soul, when your spirit is ready. Now, what this does is it causes internal disorder. Why? To reorganize everything. If that makes sense to you guys. So I feel like that's why Hanuman, you guys were so drawn to Hanuman. He is a monkey god, he is a protector, and he's the god of loyalty. So I feel like there is what your guides, specifically Hanuman as a guide, comes to tell you that what's going on right now, it's internal disorder. Yes, we see it, we understand, but just know that sometimes you gotta mess a little stuff up to clean it, to reorganize it. You gotta pull everything out, put it, so you could see everything, and then reorganize and throw away what needs to be thrown away and stuff like that. Kundalini is also when outworn energy is processed and broken up. It's an inner cleansing. You may have physical symptoms when this happens. You could be moody, confused, angry, irritated. Sometimes you get emotional. It's something dormant in you that's reawakening. It's a passion in you that's reawakening, but it's just that passion may have gotten cluttered or gotten dust and debris and cobwebs on top of it, and you just got to clean it off. And that's kind of what the Kundalini awakening does. It's kind of like taking dirt out of water. Like, the water's not bad. You could take the dirt out, just let everything settle, and the water will be clear again. We also have Garlic. Repel. So garlic is used to get rid of negative energy, to repel negative energy, and to protect and cleanse. So lots of people hang garlic like on top of their door. Lots of people, you can use garlic in candles, protection jars, sprinkle garlic in your yard. There's a lot of ways to use garlic in rituals and spells for protection and to get rid of negative energy. So your spirits are asking you to, while this process is happening, make sure that you are doing stuff to get rid of negative energy, because when your Kundalini is awakening, your energy becomes vulnerable. You know, it's going through something, it's processing stuff, it's busy doing something, you know. For it to focus on what it's doing, let's protect our energy. So use garlic to get rid of any bad energy. Now, the next two cards that we have here is Embrace and Energetic Movement. Yes, so there's energetic movement happening, and that is actually your Kundalini awakening. Kundalini, it starts here, and it starts to rise and rise and rise and affect every chakra, you know? And what is being asked of you right now is to just embrace this journey, because it needs to happen. It has to happen. And know that you are protected. I don't know if you guys can see, Hanuman is etched into the yantra right there. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. But he comes to tell you, just embrace your life, just embrace this journey, because you're protected, you're okay. And here's what's going on. Energetic movement is happening. Number 5 is the number of change, and the number 11 is the number of creating. So you're okay, and you know, this is a process that needs to happen. And if you guys want to, you can actually Google Hanuman Yantra and print out, you know, the yantra or even a photo of him. Just keep it around for protection if you resonate with him. Only do that if you resonate with a specific energy or deity. So that is your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. For everybody that picked pile number 2 or the Shiva Yantra, let's go ahead and see what the guides want you to know. Specifically, we're tapping into Shiva energy with this yantra. So the first card that comes up here is acceptance. So there is something in your life that needs your acceptance. What that is, you may know or you may not know. But if you don't know what that is, you're going to find out very soon. But a lot of you know what it is. It's either a situation or something needs your acceptance. Instead of you fighting it, instead of you being stubborn, instead of you listening to your ego, instead of you listening to other people, instead of you listening to social media, there's something you need to accept in your life that needs your acceptance. Not acceptance that you give it. How do I word this? It needs your acceptance. So stop listening to everything else, everyone else. Something needs you to look at it and embrace it. Positive outlook. Yet you think that by you accepting this, either person, situation, job, new lifestyle, something, you think it's a negative thing, but it's actually not. Here we have all faces of Ganesha coming up, so he's really trying to drill this. Like, there's a positive to you accepting something. That's so interesting. Let's get into the yantra. This is the Shiva Yantra. Yantra is divine geometry that is used for manifestation, for meditation, for focusing, like how do I say? Like I wrote the description in my Etsy descriptions for it. Go read it. You'll know more about it. But Shiva is mostly for destruction, and a majority of that destruction happens in the mind. So there may be something that you're holding on to. Ooh, I just got a whiff of like perfume. Oh, and I don't have any perfume here. That's so weird. Anyways, there's destruction happening in your mind. So something that you don't want to accept is because you're afraid to, or you've been taught, you know, not to, or something's going on with you and you are not budging. You're so stubborn. But here, I think the Shiva energy is saying there's something positive in you saying yes, in you accepting this. Okay? Openness. Look at that. Be open. There's something fruitful for you. There's a blessing. When his hand is like this, it's a blessing coming. He wants to bestow blessings on you. There's another one. Okay? And look at his hands right here. He's saying, you need to be open to this. Because you open your hands and he's going to fill it up. Look at that. He's going to fill it up. What is it that you're not accepting? And Shiva energy is all about that. It's being open-minded and seeing all perspectives. It gives him power to see and know every side to every story. Like, you know what I'm saying? The next thing we have here is Bhadrakali. Now, Bhadrakali is Kali in her more gentle form. So, she was born of Shiva's third eye to kill demons, but to kill them in a gentle, sweet, conniving, manipulative way. Not fighting fire with fire. If you guys have been on Patreon, this entire week, that whole theme of don't fight fire with fire this week. Do not do it. Use sweetness, use manipulation, use kindness. That kept coming up in our Patreon readings, and now it's here again. So we're being asked, like, don't fight fire with fire. The gentle way is the best way to get your way here. And that's all about Shiva energy. Shiva will sit there and just create whatever he needs and wants with his mind. Sometimes he doesn't even need to lift a finger. And he's so calm and gentle, right? Well, he's also the destroyer, but majority of the time he's just in a trance, I would say. Let's see what else comes up. There's 2 more cards that came up. I did ask for herbs from the spirits. And in this case, we are working with Shiva energy as a spirit guide, whether he is your spirit guide as well, or, you know, there are other forms of Shiva energy in different cultures. So it's just, who else would I associate with Shiva energy? I'm thinking like he reminds me of like Zeus and Zeus and Poseidon. He reminds me of Poseidon, yes. I don't know why I said that, why I threw that out there, but okay. So herbs that came up from spirit is sugar. Use sugar in your spells and your rituals to sweeten situations up. I'm getting that perfume scent again. Maybe use perfume to sweeten up something, or maybe use an oil or a room spray or something that has sugar in it, or something sweet. Yeah, use sugar. Your spells, rituals, cooking, in your tea maybe. You can charge it up, awaken it, and then use it. Then we have witch hazel. Witch hazel is for sensitivity. That's so interesting. Bhadrakali comes because Bhadrakali is the more sensitive version of Kali. And so use witch hazel. Be sensitive to your skin. Use witch hazel if you need to sweeten something up, if you need to add more like compassion and empathy into a situation or a relationship or a decision. Use witch hazel and sugar. You can actually use a candle, write your intention on it, rub witch hazel all over it, and then roll it in sugar and light it for your manifestation. Alright, you guys, that is your reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys resonate with the Shiva Yantra, you can get it on my store. These are awakened and charged on his altar with mantras and offerings. Also, if you don't want to buy it from me, you can actually go on Google and print out the yantra and just keep it with you. This yantra is for protection. It's for eliminating the bullshit from your mind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye. Group number 3, or everybody that picked the Kali Mahavidya Yantra. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say to you. Before we get started, I do want to talk about the Yantra, maybe why you were drawn to it. So this is a Yantra that has 10 different Yantras and images of 10 different forms of the goddess. You know, there's Kali, there's Durga, there's all her Kali's 10 different forms in here. And the sacred geometry for each different form. So this is to invoke and bring out the wisdom, power, knowledge, seduction, and craft of each of these goddesses into your own life. Just want to throw that out there. That's why you guys are drawn to it. Because maybe there's wisdom and knowledge of goddesses specifically that want to come to you. So let's see. Yes, there is definitely something that needs to come to you, and it has to do with prosperity. So a lot of you guys, Spirit wants you to know that there is an abundance coming to you. It is a financial or materialistic gain, and it has to do with something that is going to give you some kind of stability. It's going to be long term, because we have a lot of red here. Red is for our root chakra. Root chakra is where we hold our safety, security, stability. It's our foundation, it's our roots. And so for this to come up so red, but the message of prosperity weaved into it, it has to do with our roots and prosperity being weaved into our roots. So this is a long-term gift that's coming to you. Something good is going to come to you. You might get a paycheck, a raise. Not you might get a paycheck, a bigger paycheck, a raise, a promotion, a new job, new business idea, more clients, like something is going to set you for a long time. Or something is going to make you set for a long time. Is that how it should be worded? Like I'm forgetting English. Okay, nurture. All right, so Spirit wants you to know, this is a piece of blue lotus that I offered my Shiva, which I don't know why it popped up over there, but we'll leave it because that's Parvati and that's Ganesh. And who is Parvati's husband and who is Ganesh's father? Shiva. Isn't that weird? That the blue lotus, he loves his family. Which let me just show you guys really quickly what's over here. You see, I'm doing my reading today with my Shiva. So his family popped up and I feel like he was like, here, it's part of me. So yeah, I usually don't show, that's very personal, but I felt like that was really sweet. So family, Spirit wants you to know that family is an important thing for you, and there is something in your life that is gonna make you and your family set for a long time. For a lot of you, I also see there was issues with mothers, issues with your mom that you're healing, that you're in the process of, understanding, and like so much is being revealed to a lot of you when it comes to your relationship with your mother. And your relationship with your mother has affected your root chakra, affected your foundation in adulthood. And I feel like that's something that is healing, and that's actually interesting why, that card came up with the 10 goddess yantra, because here it's 10 wisdoms of 10 different forms of the feminine energy, the female energy. So I do feel like that is something that you guys are working through, and Spirit is saying you are doing a freaking good job. Even Shiva came through his blessings on you with his blue lotus over there. You're doing a good job. Just keep going forward. I know sometimes it may seem like you are breaking, but you got to nurture yourself through this, because look what's coming. You are going through a personal transformation, you guys, and you need to be a little bit more nurturing to yourself. And another thing I want to tell you, important, is if there's somebody in your life that you feel like is not nurturing you, but they are more hurting you, and especially in your journey of personal transformation, I want you guys to know that they're going to be getting in the way of your prosperity, and you need to either distance yourself from them, create boundaries, learn to say no, learn to tell them shut the hell up, or Get rid of them completely. That's something that also came up. Fulfillment. You need to nurture something that you are very passionate about, and Spirit is yelling at you for this. The 10 goddesses are screaming at you. We have Shiva energy here. There's something that you could make a lot of money out of. And this personal transformation that you are going through is going to force you to nurture whatever that is. And you're going to make hella money. Open yourself up to this wisdom. Be gentle and nurturing during this time of personal transformation. Roses. Romance. Be open to romance. I feel like that's a message some of you need to hear. Issues with the mom can affect romance in adulthood. I'm just gonna say that. Belief systems that mothers put in, toxic belief systems about sex and relationships, trust, all this stuff. Mothers implant this in, your head. It's just, I don't know, for some of you, that's what I want to say. I'm like stuttering all over the place because I don't know how to put these thoughts into words. For some of you, there's a lot of issues that you have with your mom that you're still trying to work through. But I do want you to know that the spirits are saying, we have Kali energy here, Ganesha, we have Shiva. So they're all saying, and then 10 different goddesses, they're all saying that right now your main focus needs to be on your personal transformation, and your main focus needs to be on fulfilling something that is bringing you a lot of passion and a lot of joy. You know what that is, because it's gonna do something for you that that opportunity is going to be insane. And the last card that we have here is Kalika Tantrika. So when this card comes up, this card is saying that the feminine energy must lead here. Okay, we don't need that masculine energy here. We need the seduction. Look, it's feminine energy, 10 goddess energy, seduction, nurturing, the mother, the virgin, the maiden, the crone, the fire, the widow. Like, there's so many forms of woman. And here in this situation, the spirits are saying, and even Shiva, look at how he threw his blessings onto his wife. Like, even he's saying the feminine energy is needed here. Your divine feminine needs to be dominant in this situation. Something's not making you happy, but it's you that's not letting it go. I feel like it is something to do with mothers or grandmothers or a feminine figure in your life. A lot of you are way too busy for your own good. Like, you're just keeping yourself too busy. And Spirit is saying, hey, you need to nurture yourself. Through this personal transformation, you cannot exhaust your body. Okay? You need to give yourself rest. And another thing that comes with this Kalika Tantrika card is that which appealed to the caterpillar will not appeal to the butterfly. So it's okay to change. You morph and you evolve and you grow. And the butterfly is not going to like the same things that the caterpillar does, because they're two different forms. Even though they're the same spirit, so you have different forms, you have different forms. Isn't that weird? Oh my gosh, that just makes so much sense. Another thing that this card wants to tell you is that seeds germinate in the darkness. They crack open in the dark, but when they sprout, they can sprout into roses, lilies, patchouli, blue lotus. They could sprout into beautiful things, but they gotta crack open, and they only crack open in the dark, right? You gotta nurture that seed, because you guys, this is coming. All right, if you guys are resonating with Kali energy or 10 goddess energy, the Hindu form, or the Hindu teachings of it, then you can actually get the Mahavidya Yantra on Google. You can just print it out, or you can get the yantra from me. I awaken this on her altar, and I give offerings and stuff with it. So if you're interested, just make sure that you know the shipping is 2 to 3 weeks out. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you real soon. Bye. For everybody that picked group number 4, or the Kaliyantra, let's go ahead and see what spirit wants to say to you. First message we have here is of spiritual practice. Have you been neglecting your spiritual practice? Have you been maybe a little confused about it, lost, maybe not have direction in your spiritual practice? Let's see what else comes up for you. Decision. Okay, so a lot of you may be having trouble in your spiritual practices, or maybe not manifesting, creating blocks in your own path. And reason being is because you're not making the decision 100%. You go into your spell work, your rituals, your spiritual practice saying maybe like 95%, yeah, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this ritual, and it's gonna come, it's gonna manifest. But that other 5% of you is like, will it though? Like, when or how? And then your heart starts beating a little faster the more you start thinking about it, and you get anxious and worried. Like, you are creating doubt in your own decisions, and a lot of the time it's not your fault. This comes from a lot of past shit, like beliefs, patterns, fears, a bunch of shit from the past comes up, especially when you're trying to manifest. And that sucks, but it's true. And so let's get into the yantra. The Kaliyantra is used to eliminate these blocks in our own mind. Kaliyantra is to eliminate the dust and the debris and the spider webs and the dirt from our own spiritual practices. If you can see in this card, Ganesha is almost black. He's purplish. He's dark. And so I feel like a lot of you, maybe your spiritual practice, you are too love and light for a lot of you, and you need to be firm in your decisions and know what you want and command what you want. A lot of you go into your spiritual practice with doubt and fear and weariness and worry, frustration, which I feel like when you're going to manifest something, you should not go into it with those emotions. Before you head into a manifestation spell or ritual and you have those emotions, you gotta get rid of those emotions first. And that's what that Kaliyantra is for. As you gaze upon it, as you work with it, it gets rid of all those blocks, internal blocks, and it helps you to make decisions. Because what is Kali? She does not play. She is not going to find the gentlest, best, easiest way for you to get to your goal. She sees your goal and she sees the blocks, and she sees, like, I'm just thinking kind of like her. She sees how dumb that the blocks are, and then she's like, nope, you are going straight to your goal. You're going straight to your manifestation. And what does that do sometimes? It creates sudden shock, because she will break apart things that need to be broken apart. She will mend things that need to be mended, and she does it fast and quick. And sometimes it seems like it's a whirlwind in your life. But what it truly is her being like, all right, this decision is made. This is firm. Here's where we're headed. In the spiritual world, that's what she's doing. Here's where we're headed. It's not going to be the easiest, but you're going to get to where you want to be. The next card we have here is Kurukula. So this card pops up because this is that sorceress, enchantress version of Kali. This is all about using your magnetism, using spells, using your charisma. This is telling you, you can conjure up whatever you want. But there's just some things you gotta get rid of in your mind. And you will. There's rapid movement coming, you guys. That's insane, because with Kali energy, okay, your story is coming together. Let me just get into a little bit more about this Gurukula card. She comes to tell you to also remove clutter. If there's clutter in your house, your wallet, your purse, your car, your bedroom, your drawers, your closet, you need to get rid of clutter, because that is creating stagnant energy in your life. You need to designate a personal, sacred space for yourself. Do you have a space where you could just go and be alone and, pull out your cards, pull out your journal, pull out your book, put like your spiritual stuff? Do you have an altar? Do you have a sacred space? Because you need one. And if you have one, maybe pay more attention to it, clean it, maybe decorate it, maybe just revamp the whole altar, or, put something special on it. Like, I don't know, whatever your spirit calls you to do. Pay attention to your altars and focus your arrow. Gurukula card is telling you, focus your arrow. Where are you pointing? Make the decision and do it. But don't doubt it. And if you have issues with the doubt in your mind, call out to Kali if you resonate with her. Use the yantra. You can purchase this from me. These are charged with her on her altar with offerings. But if you don't want this one, you can actually just go to Google and print one out. Just type in Kaliyantra, print it out from Google Images, and keep it somewhere where you see it every single day. Chocolate, aphrodisiac. Okay, a lot of you, there is sexual healing going on. Kali is a deity that provides and invokes sexual healing. So use chocolate if you guys are in relationships, or just even for yourself. Use chocolate, indulge in something sweet, treat yourself to something sweet. And also pay attention to your sexuality. When you get aroused, do you ignore it? I felt like that was a question I needed to throw out there. Also, we have Ganesha's, what is that called? Snout? Nose? I'm having a brain fart. What is it? Anyways, the ending, the tip of that one specifically looks like a penis. So, for aphrodisiac to come up, I feel like there's sexuality involved with your spiritual practice. A lot of you may need to do sexual healing in order to remove that block from your spiritual practice. We have a lot of sexual blocks, and remember, sex energy is not just sex energy. It's not just physical sex. It's creation, it's passion. There's so much that goes into that kind of energy. That's our life force. A lot of people say it's our life force. And I kind of see it that way too. So we need to nurture that. We need to... Don't feel like your sexuality is something that you cannot talk about or explore or like experience, Last card that comes up is salt protection. All right, so Kali energy, well, spirit guides specifically are saying, but right now with this reading specifically, we are using Kali energy. It's saying that we need protection. Actually, I have black salt that I prep with Kali energy. I work with Kali energy for that black salt. If you guys are interested, it's in my shop, but you can use black salt, or you can use just regular salt that you cook with, or just, sea salt, Himalayan pink salt for protection. So put it like your door, like the entrance of your door, front and back, window sills, sprinkle some in a black candle and use it for protection. But, your spiritual practice right now, it needs a little bit of protection because there's so much energy going into it right now. So just protect yourself. And your spirit guides want you to know that, things are moving. Things are gonna move fast. But ultimately, you're gonna get to where you want to go. All right, you guys, I hope that this resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon.